Moshe Motlohi is with Transnet and in particular the Ports Authority, and he speaks to us now on matters around managing the situation at this time of the strike. Good morning to you, sir, and thank you very much for your time. How are you coping at this time of protest action from the workers who are demanding money? This strike has now lasted for about a week, and we are into a new week. How are you managing?
Good morning, Xoli. Thanks for having us. We are managing under the circumstances. Look, when we have a strike, the situation is not the same. However, it is important to note that the strike is confined to some areas that are run by Transnet, terminals that are owned by Transnet. The port system itself has got more players than Transnet. Those are not part of the areas that are under strike. So what we have then done is to make sure that we secure that those operations that are not owned by Transnet, they remain operational. And we can confirm that all of them are not impacted and they remain operational. These are different businesses within the ports. For example, the arrival of petroleum products is not affected. Some of minerals can still go out. Some agricultural products can still go out. The area that is really impacted is container business and to some degree the auto business that is in the KZN region. So what we have also been focusing on was to keep our customers up to date in terms of what's going on, and we work with them so that we can develop the plans of saying how do we recover post the strike and what can we do in the interim. Those engagements are fruitful, and I think everyone is happy with them because there's total openness and we are streamlining our endeavors in terms of getting over the situation that we're facing. We also have been keeping a close relation with the strikers themselves, where now the picket rules have been signed, where we try and work towards making sure that there's 100% adherence to the conditions of the strike. Where situations do get out of hand, we quickly engage and resolve them.
Let's talk, Mr. Motlohi, about the overall capacity at which Transnet is operating. And I ask you this question based on the previous strike action, which we understand caused a logistical nightmare to get things back into operation after that long strike.
Look, Transnet has got a number of divisions. For example, if you're looking at the division that I represent, the Transnet National Ports Authority, our space in the main is more on the waterside activity, where we're looking at bringing in ships or sailing them. That capacity has, by and large, because it's an essential service, remained in place across all the ports where we are able to bring ships that need to be brought in and sail them. And we also have got our firefighting teams on standby as part of essential services. So that capacity has not been. The capacity that gets impacted by this surely is in the auto space, where we've got more vehicles on hand. And really the question would be to get those out to the various dealerships. We also would have capacity issues in container terminal where the stack will get full, so that does create a challenge. But all the other terminals that I mentioned previously, the capacity is in balance because we do receive shipment and we also dispatch some shipment through those facilities. Yes, the rail movement has been impacted to the ports. That does really create constraints for the cargo that gets transported by road. But the cargo that gets transported by trucks is still continuing, and we expect that that mode is going to cause some capacity challenges if there are more people that will be on the trucks.
Yeah. Let's then perhaps wind down our conversation and talk about the possible interventions here. I know that you're far removed from where the talks are taking place. Any update from you as to whether or not we are any closer to breaking this deadlock?
I lost the sound there, Xoli. I don't know if you can hear me.
All right, I can still hear you.
Teams are busy engaging as we speak, and we rather allow those teams to continue engaging and hope that they find each other in the conversation around resolving the issue of the strike. We really are keeping the eye on the ball in as far as the functionality of the port, and are now starting to work on the recovery plans as to how are we going to recover post the strike.
Okay, and perhaps let's end the conversation around those recovery plans. Once the workers are back on the job, are you able, how quickly will you be able to get things back into operation? I suspect you've lost the sound, is it? Okay, all right. I think Mr. Motlohi, the connection to him there completely lost. Moshe Motlohi. All right, Mr. Motlohi, I'm told that you can hear me, and I'm very happy that I'm able to squeeze in this last point. It's got to do with how quickly you can recover once the workers are back on the job. How quickly is it going to be for you to get back to full operation?
Xoli, that will depend on the amount of days we've lost, because the longer the days, the more cargo accumulates. Therefore, the answer cannot be straightforward now. It depends as to when we resolve the issue. But what we are putting in place is going to be the best plan that we can put forward that will enable us to unblock the areas that would cause the biggest inconvenience. And then we'll take it from there. But of importance is that we are going to be walking this journey with customers, and hopefully our employees, when they come back, they will be central to that recovery plan.
All right, that's Mr. Moshe Motlohi. He is the Transnet National Ports Authority Managing Executive there. Thanks indeed for your time, sir.